It's cold and windy out here, so I think I'll go inside, curl up by the fire, and check out the view. Wait, I suppose I should do this video first. This is my winter cabin mock. It's something that I really wanted to do for the TD Bricks holiday series, but there was a tight timeline for that project, so I did the Falcon Express instead. And speaking of that series, it had 11 great contributions, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. I always liked A-frame style cabins, so I started with that and built from there. I also like lots of glass in my builds, and that's something you often see in cabins, so I included a nice big wall of windows. So let's take a closer look at this cabin. One of the first things you'll notice on the outside is this fir tree. This is a very easy tree to build. In fact, okay class, settle down please. To build this tree, you make the trunk using Travis bricks, which are these 1x1s with studs on all four sides. Then you use a lot of these stem pieces. You stack them together to make the branches, and put the pin end of the branches into the holes on each side of the Travis bricks. Stack as many for each layer as you like to give you the look you're going for. I use layers of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 stem branches. Make sure to offset each layer by 45 degrees from the layer below. And here's what the finished tree looks like. For the snow, I use these 1x1 flower pieces, which attach nicely to the stems. And then I cap them with 1x1 round plates. And voila, instant snow. And finally, I use 2 of these rope pieces, a bunch of 1x1 clips, and some 1x1 round transparent plates in various colors to add the lights. To give this more of a true cabin feel, I added a nice big front deck. There's a string of garland over the windows to add a holiday feel. And on the side of the cabin, there's a nice big pile of firewood. Gotta keep the fireplace fed. The roof is a typical plate construction. I built a cutout in the plate assemblies to get them as close to the chimney as I could. The ridge beam is built using the same method I showed in my roof techniques video. I used these 2x2 round bricks to hold the roof plates to the height I needed. I also added some patches of snow here and there on each of the roof plates. To cover the gap in the ridge, I built this tube assembly. It's another super easy build, and it consists of Technic connectors, Technic pins, a Technic half pin with a tile for one end, and a 1x1 round plate for the other end. It just sits in the gap and fills it in nicely. The backside is fairly plain, except for the chimney. Now let's check out the inside of this cabin to see what's waiting for us there. The interior was greatly influenced by the living room in my previous house, which had a big fireplace on one side and a wall of windows on the other side. To model that room closely, I decided this would be a one-room cabin. There's a chair to sit and enjoy the fire, the view, or both. There's also a floor lamp for reading, and in the back corner is this bed. Simple but functional. In the main area, there's a Christmas tree with lights. This tree design is something that TD Bricks shared in a recent video, and I felt that it perfectly fit for this cabin. But the standout feature in this mock, and definitely one of my favorite features in my old house, is this large stone fireplace with a floor-to-ceiling chimney. There's plenty of room for a nice big fire, and the stone chimney definitely has a cabin-y feel to it. And since this is decorated for the holidays, there's a big wreath over the fireplace. And the final bit of fun I added to this build is lighting. Lighting always makes a build look more interesting, and this one was really easy to light. I used 2 of these brick loot lighting plates attached to the underside of the roof ridge. So that's it for this winter cabin mock. It was a relatively quick build and a lot of fun to do. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, consider subscribing and clicking on the bell icon for notifications. Until then, go build something that makes you smile.